The man unlocked the wardrobe with his key. He bent down and crawled inside. Time flowed very quickly inside the wardrobe. By the time he came out again, 5 minutes had passed. Yet time outside hadn't moved at all. The man instantly realized this wardrobe allowed him to steal time. He hurriedly grabbed his textbook and went back into the wardrobe. He had an important exam that morning, and he hadn't even started studying yet. When he arrived at the exam hall, his classmates stared at him in astonishment. The man's beard had grown incredibly long overnight. Thanks to this wardrobe, he always had more time than others. The former underachiever graduated with honors and successfully landed a respectable job. Of course, at the company, the man also demonstrated remarkable talent. Tasks that others couldn't complete in weeks, he could finish in a single night. As long as he had this wardrobe, he had an infinite amount of time. Soon the man was promoted and received a raise, but frequent use of the wardrobe also led to side effects. This young man in his 20s actually started growing gray hair, but to cope with the heavy workload, he had no choice but to keep using that wardrobe. The man's performance continued to skyrocket. His health gradually deteriorated. The man was promoted to a company partner. At the celebratory banquet, he finally collapsed from exhaustion, falling headfirst to the ground. After a medical examination, it was determined that the man had suffered a stroke, a condition typically found only in the elderly. At this point, the man began to feel afraid. He hid the wardrobe's key in a box and decided never to use that wardrobe again. But without that extra time, the man became increasingly overworked. His colleagues mentioned that on the next promotion list, his name was nowhere to be found, just one step away from becoming CO. The man hesitated once more. He still couldn't resist the temptation. He retrieved the key from the box, unlocked the wardrobe with it, and slipped the key back into his pocket. He picked up a large box of documents and crawled in. The wardrobe door closed automatically. Time flew by inside when he finished all his work and tried to open the door to leave. The key in his pocket was gone. It turned out there was a hole in his pocket. Without the key, he couldn't get out. The man searched frantically, but through the keyhole, he saw the key had fallen outside the door. Just then, his son ran to the warehouse looking for his father. The man kept calling out his son's name. The son didn't hear him. By now, his hair had turned completely gray. Deep wrinkles had formed on his hands. The man was rapidly aging. The son finally spotted the key on the ground. He picked it up and inserted it into the keyhole. By the time he opened the wardrobe, the man had long since turned into a pile of ashes.